Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. So I warned this one guy, I go, you know, just charge it up day before the day morning that you get ready to go. I wouldn't leave it just in the charger ready to go. I mean, charging.
Yeah, so I'll tell Casey that. T-minus 2 minutes.
Hi everybody, Tamra here with Precision Camera. I wanted to kind of go over like what's in my bag, okay? And the necessities that need. Now I want to let you guys know one thing, and the most important thing is that most people's accessories are going to change with what they're shooting. I do a lot of landscape stuff, so I have a lot of landscapey type of stuff in my bag. The other thing too is I have two different bags. One's that I usually just sling like this passenger bag, and the other one is actually a cinch bag that goes kind of a backpack with the one sling backpack, so that when I'm walking around a whole lot, I don't have to worry about that, okay? This one right here I pulled down because I wanted to show you one mistake that a lot of people make, okay? This bag is just this much too small. It would have behooved me to get a bigger bag on this one, okay? Just the next size up. I wanted to go small, but it doesn't fit all of my stuff comfortably, and it doesn't fit my camera comfortable. But I do like the fact that a couple of things. It just latches in like here and locks. It's got a lot of magnetic things on them, so they'll automatically lock and close for you. I have a quick side pouch right here where I put my memory cards. I did end up with the bigger one of this, by the way. All right. I have a side pouch over here that has a bunch of different things. The one necessity that goes in every single one of my bags, I call it a rain bonnet, but it's actually a rain jacket. They're small, they're cheap. It's 2 of these in a packet for say 10 to 12 bucks, okay? And all it is it's a little rain jacket that's gonna go over your camera in case you get caught in the rain. There's a little hole right here for your eyepiece, okay? So you can actually, if you have one of those eye sensors, so you can actually use it when it does start raining. This thing has saved my camera, and like you guys saw just right there, man, it just folds up into nothing. You keep it in your bag. I have one in both of my bags, and it has saved my camera before. And the other thing that I carry kind of like in this outside pouch is my lens pens and a rain bonnet, okay, for the bag, okay. All right, my lens pen, okay, I lost my lens pen. I've got to get one today, but basically it's just a lens pen. Looks like a little pen. It's got a brush on the opposite end, so you brush it off, you turn off the other one. It's like kind of a carbon-based filter, and then you just clean your lens with it. Now, the thing that I clean my camera with, okay, is basically my little spuds, okay? And I call it a spuds because this is the manufacturer, okay? I found spuds to be the best, and it's just a little thing that goes up here. I can pull it out. I can wipe my LCD screen down. I don't use the same cloth to wipe my LCD screen down as I do my lens, okay? Because number one, right now I'm wiping oil, sweat, makeup, right? Everything else on this right now. And then all you're going to do is just wipe all that oil, sweat, makeup, lotion onto your lens. So use two separate things, okay? Use something for your lens. I use a lens pen, and use something for your body, okay? I always carry a tripod with me, and I know you guys are thinking I'm crazy, but this is a tripod, okay? Small, compact, okay? It's going to carry what I have. That way, anywhere I need to set my camera up, I can set my camera up. I also have like a little Manfrotto Pixie. I'm not the biggest, hugest fans of the Gorilla Pods, but these are our most popular. And I'm not just because I sit here for an hour trying to make it straight where I don't really have to. Okay, if that makes any sense. Okay, so you can just clip it right there. It's easy to do. Okay. Now when I open this up, and this is what I was trying to tell you about it being kind of like jam-packed, and I needed the one bigger size. I'm trying to kind of fight with it to get my camera out, and I don't want to have to even begin, you know, to wiggle in or wiggle out when I'm doing that, okay? So I just like to be able to pull my camera out and go, all right? The straps that I like two different ones. We have a neoprene style of strap, but I love these connectors, and Peak Design makes these little connectors so that you can put any strap you want to on it, okay? And it just breaks away this quick. So once I take my strap off, I only have this dangling down so it never gets in my way, all right? The other thing that I like a whole lot about Peak Design, okay? If I needed to move it up and down, so now I switched and I move it, all you have to do is just lift this up and it quickly adjusts. So I can move it down, I can move it up higher. If I decide that I wanted to, all you're gonna do is just pull right here and it's gonna bring it up, okay? And it has it on both sides, so you can be even on there. Nice, comfortable, easy to use, okay? And that is one thing that I told you, that's why I wanted to bring this, show you the one I first went with. You don't want to have to jam things in here. You want to be able to grab them out really easy. I like this one too because it has a place for an iPad, okay? You can actually take this whole case part out and actually, like change your cushions and everything around as you go. The other cool thing about this particular bag is it's got a quick entry. So if I needed to get my filters or something out, I could easily get my filters, okay? The other thing that I keep in my bag, okay, is sunblock, okay, bug spray, okay, hand sanitizer. And I kept hand sanitizer even before this, this corona outbreak. Is just something that I'd always had. I also have lens wipes, okay, and hand wipes. I just stick them in the side panel like right here or wherever it's easy for me to get to. That way if I get something really dirty on my hand, I can use it and I can kind of clean it off. The other thing that I really like is I always kind of keep an OptiCloth type of thing in my bag. And a lot of times I'll just unfold it and just keep it in the bottom of my bag. That way I can wipe off my camera or my lens or whatever I need to do. And it keeps my bag clean too, because if I get all the dirt on this and then I shake it off, then there's not dirt in my bag. If I get dirt in my bag and I clean my camera off and I put it back down in here, then my camera's going to get dirty, right? So it's an endless situation. The one thing that I don't have in my bag, but I think everybody should get is go buy an old makeup brush, okay? Or a new big fluffy makeup brush, one that hasn't been used. And get it, that way if you do get dirt on here, you could just buff it clean, okay? You can just buff all the dirt and everything out, because there is a lot of dirt that gets into the grooves, gets into the crevices of this, and that big old makeup brush will just kind of buff it out and clean it. If you do get some like dirty, grungy stuff like in the threads parts on these lenses, just get a toothbrush that your dentist used to give you when you had your teeth cleaned that you'll never use, wet it, okay, get a hand towel and dry it off really good and just use it and scrub it, okay, and that will help clean it out, okay. The other thing that I always carry is I keep a UV filter on the outside of my lens to protect it. The other two filters I carry is a circular polarizer and a neutral density filter. And I'm going to tell you the difference between both of them, okay? Circular polarizer is a circular polarizer. If you guys notice that it is moving, okay, this hand's straight and it moves. And what it's actually doing is it's changing the density of the polarization so that you can make the skies darker. You know, when you're trying to get rid of glare on water, okay, one mistake everybody makes is they start doing this number real fast. You don't want to do this. It wants to be on your lens, and you just want to slowly move it back and forth, back and forth. This is like sunglasses for your camera. If you guys have owned a good pair of sunglasses, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You go outside, there's not as much reflection, you don't have as much of those polarizing rays bouncing off the earth and deadening your picture, in other words, flattening out. This is going to bring life back into your picture. It's going to make the blues blues, the greens greens, the browns brown. And if you got a picture of a sky with a cloud in it, it's actually going to give more detail in your cloud. And as you move it, you're going to see the density that you want as you're moving it around. But remember, none of this stuff, move it really slow. And usually I'll just put my index finger down and just inch it back and forth, okay? The other thing that I have in here is what's called a neutral density filter, okay? I don't like variable neutral density filters for photography, but for video, they're a must, okay? I don't like set neutral density filters for video, but I do for taking pictures. I know it's just a weird, quirky thing with me, but that's how it is, okay? I think the best one, if you're only gonna buy one, I have three. I have a 2, a 4, and a 6. I usually always just make sure that I'm carrying the 6 with me. The 6 is going to give you 6 stops slower on your shutter speed. So if I'm out there at 8 o'clock in the morning and I want to get 4-second exposure, I bet if you tried it, the only thing you get down to is 1/10 of a second. Well, this is going to give me 6 extra stops so that I can get that nice, milky, creamy waterfall, okay? The reason that I like a 4.2 is because if you buy a good filter, both of these are our high-end filters. I'm going to tell you right now, spend money on good filters. I have wasted more money on crappy filters than I have spent on good ones, okay? So both of these are what's called our HGX filters. And the HGX, I can stack on there. I don't have to worry about light bouncing around. People will tell you never to stack, but I have a 4 I put on top of this, so now I just got a 10 stop. So really I have three different filters because I stack this on top of others, okay? But this is a must for me. I always carry it. It's an arsenal that I have. And these cases are really nice. The other thing is I've got 2 different size lenses, okay? This one just happens to be a 62. My other one's a 58, so I actually got a 58 to 62 step-up ring. That way I can use these 2 filters on that other lens, and it saves you money. Those run about $11. These run over $100, okay? All right, so keep that in mind. All right, the other thing that I have, and I usually carry my bigger one, is like this is a lantern, believe it or not. This is a solar powered lantern, okay? And you just bring it out like this and you can blow it up. It's run by the sun, so you don't have to worry about it. And it's actually pretty bright, okay? But I usually keep my bigger one. I couldn't find it this morning, but I usually keep my bigger one in there because guess what? It's got a USB port in it, so it's solar powered and has a USB. So if one of my lights or something that's USB powered runs out of electricity, I can use this to power it. Plus, if it starts to get darker, it's really early, this is like a little lantern The USB one is a little bit bigger, okay? They'll run you about $39 to $40, okay? And I also have what's called a LumaCube. It's a little teeny thing right here. I'm charging it right now. I may run out real quick and get it, I don't know. But it's a little, it's a Lytra. It's a little Lytra. It's a little light that's about this big, and it puts out a lot of power. The other thing that's a necessity is have some kind of chapstick, of course, so I've got chapstick in there too, all right? But now I have like a little bag that I keep all of my like little tchotchke stuff in, okay? And what I do is I have a USB-C and a micro USB cable in here, so I can plug them, okay, into my charging device, and I can charge things when I run out, whether it be my phone, whether it be, like I said, my Lytra. If you guys notice, I have an extra quick release in here, okay? I keep the quick releases on the bottom of my cameras, but sometimes I take it off, okay? Sometimes I do take it off, and if it's me, I'm usually taking it off, and then I'll lay it down and I don't have it. So now I can use my tripod if I need to. So I have an extra quick release in there, okay? I also have an extra battery, okay? I have my little clip-on sunglasses in here, and I got a couple other little nicks, odds and ends, little knick-knack things, in this little pouch. But to carry around a little pouch that kind of has everything that you just pull it out and sort through is a nice thing to do, okay? Now these are the lens wipes that I usually do. This is a whole box of like 30, and I think it's just about $7. And I'll just keep a couple of these, in my bag. The other thing is the next time you go out and get barbecue or wings, they're going to give you those little hand wipes. I just grab a couple extras and I put them in here in case I need them. Okay. So as far as that, this is a lot of stuff, okay, to go into this bag. And like I said, I did have to go one up because I just didn't like the idea of fighting, with the camera, because especially once I've kind of spread this up and gotten some stuff out of it, I seem to just be fighting with it a little bit more, so I had to get one extra. And I showed you this one just for that reason. You don't want to fight with it. You want to spend maybe a little bit of time, make sure that you've got it. If you do think that you've gotten the wrong size bag, okay, keep your tag, try it out for a couple of days. We've got a 14-day return policy, so whatever. All right, memory cards. All right, I like this little caddy. It's a memory card caddy. All you do is just pull your memory card out. Okay, it'll slip right back in here, and it holds 4. The other thing I like about it is you can actually write on it what it was. Okay. So I've gotten some masking tape and put on there, and I've written what it was. Was it Big Bend? Was it Colorado? Was it, was it Chicago? Was it wherever? Or if I went on a 4-day, cruise or something, if we ever have a cruise again, we're gonna, I would put them right there, and then I just rip off the masking tape, and I've got it. But make it so it's handy. Please make sure you get an extra battery, extra memory card. The way that I decided how many batteries to get, and I usually keep 4 memory cards, by the way, and it's not because of space, because right now that card right there is going to hold 1,000. I'm not going to take that many pictures if I was gone a month, okay? The reason I do it is I kind of keep them in folders, okay? So if I was to go to 3 different places, I would change out my memory card, put the other memory card in, so then when I get home, I could just download and drop it in there, okay? The other thing that I like about this bag is it has a little tripod, okay? A little tripod holder, so when I do need to carry around my tripod, okay, I can just move it like this and I can carry it on the bottom. Now you don't have to do all 3 legs. I can just do these 2 legs right here, or what's ever comfortable, okay? And now I can carry around my tripod, okay? So cool little bag. It's called the Jasper, okay? I have a Peak Design backpack. And it's small, and then of course I have one at home that's like the biggest bag ever, so when I go on vacation I'll shove all my stuff in there and do it. Couple things I want to talk to you about tripods about. I know I did this last week, I think it was last week, okay, is you want to be able to get something that you're going to carry with you, okay, and it's a struggle. All right, I know that this one right here is light enough, all right, but is it sturdy enough? Yeah, it's sturdy enough to handle this camera. It may not be sturdy enough to get it really high, but it'll be sturdy enough for me to do it. And I want you guys to think of this too. Try a different perspective. I rarely shoot all the way up here. I'll shoot down here, I'll shoot over here. So keep that in mind, bend your legs down. They have these articulating screens for a reason nowadays, right? Okay. Now, if you want a tripod mount on there that goes on there all the time, they make what's called an L bracket that would go just right in here and you could click in. And a lot of people like those because it's just going to extend down. It doesn't make it wobbly when you sit it down on the table. And it has an arc Swiss plate. So all I have to do, it's on there all the time, is just to put it in here and go bink and I'm secure, okay? But when you get a tripod like this, you're just going to grab these. You're not going to turn it more than a half a turn. That was a quarter turn as you saw. You're going to bring them out like this and then you're going to tighten them, okay? All right. The reason that we're doing it like that is because one reason, I could just keep forgetting which way I was I was turning it, and then all of a sudden this whole leg pops out, the phalanges come out, and then I've lost the thing, so now my tripod leg doesn't stay in, okay? It'll stay tightened, so you're not at a complete loss, but every time I go to turn it down, that leg's gonna pop right on off, okay? All right, and if that ever does happen to you, just bring it into the service department. It might be possible that they've got like little flangy type of things in there to do it. But this is the easiest way for you to be able, all right, because it is a love-hate relationship. But remember, if it's worth taking a picture, it's worth carrying a tripod with you, okay? All right, are there any questions at all? All right. Well, cool, guys. If you need anything, just holler at me. If you guys want to get prices and stuff like that, just get back with me. My days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. Might be able to work out a special for those people that call and say that you saw me on Facebook Live for some accessories. But make sure you've got a protection filter. Make sure you get a polarizer if you're doing anything outside. Extra battery, extra memory card. And the other stuff I've just customized to the type of shooting that I do. Okay, bug spray is a necessity if you do anything outdoors. I know that it sounds kind of weird, but if you have to get a roll-on one, get a roll-on one. That way you can just roll it on. But I've saved a couple of trips just because I've had the bug spray and nobody else did. All right. Well, y'all be good to each other. Be safe. Come in and see me. All right. Our doors are open right now. Just wear a mask. There's hand sanitizer for you to hit your hand sanitizer when you come in. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.